next we have a participant. This was the lady I was speaking to earlier. You know, hey man, this is the lady I was speaking to earlier, and we're gonna have a little brief conversation. She has a few questions about the HPB realm. She heard me speaking about it and human prison bars. So what was that question you was asking me on the other hour?
Well, that was a whole 10 minutes ago. HPV. First of all, what is it? And once you describe
and politely, ma'am, could you speak up a little louder so the mic can pick you up?
I'm already out of breath now. You asking a whole lot.
All right, okay.
No. Walmart too long already.
I got you. What was your first? No, you good. You cool. What's your first question?
The first question was, what was it?
What is a human prison bar?
Yeah, what is it?
Okay, a human prison bar is basically, it is a human, but they have a defense mechanism inside of them to keep people who have souls in alignment. They build a invisible barrier around people who have souls. So you'll be in a crowd and you'll see people, but they keeping the status quo as is. Like the way you should dress, the way you should think, what you should say. Don't say anything. Like, for instance, the conversation I'm having right now. Human prison bars will look at me like I'm crazy for even bringing up this type of conversation.
Fair enough, I can see what I mean.
You get what I'm saying? Like, the human prison bars, they'll ridicule somebody like me. Say if I was at a job meeting and I started talking about this. Because
they're gonna escort you out.
They're gonna escort me out, right?
That's society, though. That's
exactly.
Society
it's called a human prison bar realm. Okay. So that's how it operates, and it's way deeper than that. But on like in a nutshell, that's what it is.
Gotcha.
That's what it is, and most of the people in the world are human prison bars. Most of society, like you said, are human prison bars.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I believe a lot of people fall into that realm, like the shelves going bare because the world told them they should go to the store and learn how to buy tissue all of a sudden.
Right.
Hand sanitizer they never used before. So I can see where that, I don't know, I'm not a human prison bar. I think I'm way outside the box because society ain't telling me to do absolutely nothing.
Right. And it's a lot of other things that go along with it. For instance, now this is kind of deep what I'm about to say. You, whether you know it or not, you are in a world that has no purpose. But everybody around you that's moving around, they making it appear like there is a purpose. And because everybody is doing something differently, that's throwing you off, because you thinking everybody is on this different path, because you might see somebody as a mechanic, somebody as a school teacher, somebody else may be a train conductor. But it look like everybody is doing something differently. You might see people with different faces, different races. But really, that's called the illusion of difference.
Smoke screens.
Exactly. The illusion of difference means everybody is doing something that appears like it's different. So you won't figure out that you are in a prison where everything is the same. Just like an actual prison, they know they in prison because everybody got the same uniform on. Everybody get up at the same time. Everybody is told what to do at the same time. But in this world, everything looks different to deceive you from knowing that you are in an actual prison. Therefore, it is called the illusion of difference. You get what I'm saying? You are in a prison right now, but because everybody's doing something different, that's to fool you. When really all human prison bars, they the exact same copy. They like robots, but they look different, and they doing different occupations. They walking to and fro, but they all the same. They got one agenda, and that's to keep people with souls locked in within the human prison bar realm. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Human prison bars are the only people who can be presidents, CEOs of companies, the upper management at jobs, the police chief. They don't allow people who have souls to enter certain positions. So even if you went in for a job interview, you may think you got all of the credentials in the world. They're not judging you based on your credentials. They judging you based upon, do this person got a soul or not? They're not gonna let you enter if you have a soul. You're gonna be barred out.
Why do you feel that people that aren't considered human prison
human prison bars,
why can't they become CEOs?
Why can't people with souls be CEOs? Because number one, birds of a feather flock together. These are demons in flesh, basically. Human prison bars are people, they really demons in flesh. They got a program inside of them. They program to keep you out. Because if you get power and you got a soul, you can expose what they doing. The whole purpose is to and now they may bring a few people up to disguise what they're doing. They may put a few people with souls in better positions, but they're not going to ever make you the leader.
Okay.
It's to disguise the operation.
So human prison bars.
Bars. Yeah.
All right, human prison bars can't become CEOs. They're the only ones that can. Okay, so what is it? What if I said, what is the difference for you when somebody says entrepreneur versus a CEO?
Entrepreneurship, that's a good question. Entrepreneurship means you are basically doing your own thing. You're not going to have the push of the system behind you. The human prison bar system, they're not going to propel you to the top. You'll have to just you'll have to get yours the hard way. Whereas a human prison bar, based upon them being on the side, the dark side of the human prison bar realm, they'll shoot up faster. Overnight, they become overnight success because they're allowed to enter. But somebody that's taking up like entrepreneurship, you're going to have to get it like hustle and bustle. It's going to be harder for you.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
But when you look at, have you looked at the definition for that? Because once we look into the definition of entrepreneurship, they're basing it on the fact that most entrepreneurs are black individuals that are entertainers, that got their money entertaining and then transitioned into, now I'm a CEO. Versus, why can't we lose the term entrepreneur and stick to business owner? Because when you're looking in a business light, we're giving them the energy to be who they are, because we're not debating them when it comes down to titles. If I'm going to carry myself as a businesswoman, I can't see myself saying McDonald's can have a CEO, but I couldn't have a CEO. Or I couldn't be a CEO. Their CEO is different from me because I got it from the mud. Even if I got it from that area, we still carry the same weight.
No, I understand what you're saying. Like, yeah, you can, like I said, the McDonald's CEO, they have the like I said, the machine is behind them. You can come up, but you're going to have more hurdles just because if you had a soul, just because you're not down with the rest of them. It's not going to be as easy. It's not going to be as easy.
Silver spoon, no spoon. I get it.
Yeah, it's not going to be as easy. Like like me, for instance, I can't work on regular jobs. It never worked out for me because I don't fit in. I know it, so there's no need to keep trying to do something, the same thing twice, and that's the definition of a fool. Keep trying to do the same thing over and over and keep getting the same result. You get what I'm saying? So I figured out, like you was just saying, my only way in life is to be an entrepreneur. I'm cooking up the dish. I'm serving it how I want to do it. working for people, you a slave. And if you don't fit in, they're going to give you trouble. They're going to be gossiping about you at the job. We talk about it all the time. They're going to be wrestling with you in the spirit realm. You can feel it in your spirit. They're going to be tugging at your spirit and stuff. Because in our day-to-day lives, most of what we go through is mental. A person can walk past you and give you some negative energy. You can tell if a person like you or not. Like if you go into a new job and you the new employee, everybody in that room have already determined whether they're gonna give you a hard time or not. It's already in the atmosphere. Now, as a woman, I'm gonna be honest, you may have it easier than a man because of, but that's a whole nother conversation. But you get my point. Like when you do have a soul, especially a man, it's either two things. You're gonna sell out or you're gonna rebel. That's what it boils down to. Yeah. They can look at you and tell if you're a rebel or not. If they look at you and say, this guy's a rebel, he gonna give us problems, then they gonna give you problems. The same way you can look at them and say, this person don't like me and I know they're gonna give me problems. You ever been in a situation like that?
Definitely. But I don't allow anyone's energy to disturb my energy because I'm protecting my peace at all costs.
True.
I think we still have the option to control us. They
right.
may be in their own world, but controlling us and how we respond to certain things, I think you have to understand yourself and know yourself enough to let go or respond accordingly in a fashion that doesn't take you out of your character and out of your peace.
Right.
Your response should be just as easygoing as that energy that flew past you was.
Right, you're right.
All right, I gotta go.
All right, I appreciate your time. That was beautiful. I like your answers, and you seem like a good person. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that was interesting. I'm launching off a company and building a brand now, so it was kind of interesting to run into you.
Yeah, see, that was meant then.
Are you YouTube?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube.
What's your joint?
How about this? Do you gotta? After I finish recording, I'm gonna take your phone number down. Then I'm gonna text you my YouTube channel.
All right, will do.
All right, cool.